So once the beans get dropped, right now we're 36 seconds into this roast profile, and you can see our rate of rise is going reverse. It's going dropping down because the cold temperature of the beans is dropping the temperature of the roaster. And it's going to take about 2 minutes for it to catch up and start to get a positive rate of rise going. We're at 1 minute right now. We have a 0 rate of rise, and we're going to make our first move, which we're going to adjust the flame up to about 5 from 3. And we're going to let that run through for the next 9 minutes at a flame 5. We handwrite all of our profiles and then follow them and track them here, and then about 3 days afterwards we'll start cupping and make adjustments to our handwritten profiles, make adjustments to our digital profile, and then eventually save the profile we like best. Alright, just hit 2 minutes, and we just started to get our rate of rise up. Our curve is starting to move in a positive direction. We're at a rate of 4.4 currently, at a 158 degrees and raising consistently. We're right on track right here. This is about the time where we can start looking and waiting for yellowing and shrinking and growing, and all the different things we're looking for is the visual characters of the bean through this point in time, just controlling airflow, time, and temperature. And then we're going to get into more aromatics and sounds as we get further through this profile. Every minute, and then after that, every other minute, I'll start to write down the rate of rise so we can get an average rate of rise and know when we have to move to the next step. So now we're about to change our airflow temperature. As soon as we get to the 5-minute marker here, we're going to go to half airflow. As you see, we track the temperature between every single minute, the rate of rise. We're at 6.5. That 6 to 8 range in this 5-minute marker is exactly what I look for the profiles we do. We're going to go up here and increase our airflow by half, which, as you notice here in a second, is going to make a lot bigger improvement on the airflow than you would think for just a small, minute adjustment. And then we'll go ahead and track this to 6.7, and at that minute marker, our temperatures. Right now we're averaging about 23 minutes between, or 23 degrees between every minute of temperature change, which is also good. And we're starting to get some chaffing, which is the skin of the beans is peeling off. So now we're at a point where we're starting to see some yellowing. It's when the bean goes from that light sage pale, olive green, to starting to light up, lose its pigment, peel off that chaff that's on the outside. It's starting to yellow. That means we're dehydrating the bean. It's losing its water weight, which is always what we look for. Balancing that steaming of the bean, roasting of the bean, and getting all those characters and converting all those sugars we like. We're moving on to 7 minutes right now at 288 at a rate of rise at 6. So we're really in that prime zone. Here just in a minute, I'm going to make another airflow change. You see we're firming right at 5 on that flame temperature, still at half airflow, and looks like we're getting good bean development. Alright, while we got a second here in between adjustments, we're at that 8-minute range. We just did our 3/4 airflow. You can see how the beans are starting to darken and move towards that beige brown color. We'll go ahead and take a peek and a smell at this point in time. Oh yeah, good baking spice character, no tipping. We're looking really good right now. A little bit about this coffee we're doing today. It's an Indonesian Sumatra triple pick coffee. Kind of a rare, unique coffee. It roasts anywhere from a good range of that upper 390s to even into the 430s. So a big window of this particular bean that comes out real nice. Started to hit that 9-minute at 3:31. We're at 21 degrees every minute rise at a 5.3 rise rate of rise, which is just about perfect. So right now we're at the cracking phase. Might be hard to hear over the roaster, but you can see where you're really getting a good conversion and those beans are really starting to open up. We're now at a flame 3, still at that 3/4 airflow, and we're just about 20 degrees rise each minute, which is where I like to be as we get close to that mark. This is our 420 roast, so at 404 is the mark I'm looking to open up that air all the way, and then we'll drop the beans right at 420. So we're about to open up the air all the way as soon as we hit 404, and then we'll let it ride out until 420. At that same time, we'll turn on the sweeper in the cooler. This time I also load the next round in, the next batch of beans, 25 pounds of green beans. The heat from the roaster will help pre-evaporate some of that moisture, as well as heat those beans up so you don't get such a drop. Easier to maintain your rate of rise that way. So we're at 13 minutes here, coming up on that 404 range. So we're gonna go ahead and hit our sweeper on, hit this on, and then as soon as that gives us that 1 degree up right now, we will turn our air all the way up, let this beautiful roast work its way out, and then it'll be finished here in 15 degrees. All right, so we're about to hit that magical 420 right now. Boom, just hit it, and we're dropping. First glance, looking pretty good, but we'll know more in 3 days, and we'll keep going from there. We stop the profile, lock it in. You can see our curve, very natural, smooth green curve, and that's what we're kind of looking for, guys. So, thanks for staying tuned, watching a few minutes of this roast, and breaking down the key points. You guys have a great day.